What is going on, fellas? We are back out at the Pecan Ridge Outdoor Center in Scurry, Texas. You may have seen me talk a little bit about this on Instagram, but I got a brand new AR-15, and this thing is made almost entirely out of carbon fiber. Let's talk about it. All right, I moved off the range just because somebody else pulled up, but I'm grateful enough to say that Crown Precision is one of my new sponsors, and they sponsor this video, and they sent me this rifle to show off to you guys. Crown Precision essentially builds some of the most accurate and lightweight precision AR-15s, AR-10s, and bolt action rifles on the market, and they really strive their best to create a custom rifle out of the box. This is one of their off-the-shelf rifles. This is their CP15 Elite, but they also do a custom series rifle where they really talk one-on-one with you with what you're looking for, and they really do their best to just build the most accurate rifle. Coincidentally, Crown Precision started building rifles in Stephenville, where I went to college, and then coincidentally moved to Terrell to the Texas Gun Ranch, which is basically where I live. And now they've moved to their own facility in Point, Texas, and they're really about to start pumping out more, getting into dealers because they've really just been a custom order through them company, but I think they're really about to start expanding. Okay, so like I said, this is a CP15 Elite. It's chambered in 223 Wild, which is basically the best of both worlds between 5.56 and 223. It has that 223 accuracy with that 5.56 performance or reliability. Um, if you've been with me for a while, you remember that I used to be the biggest hater on 223, and now I own several 223s and love hunting with them. I'll talk more about ammo options later because that's really what makes the difference. They also have a 300 blackout version, and I don't think they have any other calibers in their Elite series, but in their custom series, you can get whatever you want. 6.5 Grendel, 6 ARC, 6.8 SPC. You talk to them, they'll get it figured out. But what they have done is they've compiled just some of the best products on the market and created some of their own products to just make this insane, beautiful, awesome build. Starting off with the barrel, which is one of their only, almost one of the only parts that they don't make in-house. This is a BSF 16-inch 223 Wild carbon fiber barrel. If you don't know anything about carbon fiber barrels, it's not full carbon fiber. It's a thin stainless steel sleeve with a carbon fiber wrap around it just to make a strong, lightweight barrel. Super accurate barrels. If you know BSF, they're really top of the line. On the very end, I have this topped off with a Diligent Defense Enticer S suppressor. Absolutely love this can. It's a little bit on the heavier side, so I might switch it out with one of my Lone Star titanium cans. But it looks good. It's a little bit shorter. Works out perfectly. Now the handguard is where we start looking into their, I guess their custom, not custom, but what they built in-house. This handguard is made completely out of carbon fiber, and I have never seen anything like that before. And it's round, it's nice and comfortable, but it still has M-LOK slots all the way around. I even have an Arca rail on the bottom with M-LOK on my Fano tripod. I'm moving away from my Fat Boy for a little bit to test this thing out. If you go on my channel, I made a video comparing this Fano to my Fat Boy. I was honestly really impressed with the Fano, especially for the price, but now I'm going to put it through the ringer, see if it actually holds up. So make sure to go check that video out. All right, before I got this rifle, I always knew carbon fiber was strong, but I didn't think it would be that rigid just because I grew up on archery and arrows bend. But I was pleasantly surprised whenever I got this. I was mainly worried about this M-LOK rail cracking the hand guard or just being super flimsy. Not the case at all. I am very surprised with how rigid this is. If I try to move the barrel or move the handguard, the barrel moves, the handguard doesn't. So super impressed with that. It's really comfortable to hold with how round it is, and then you can see the carbon fiber pattern. And then once you move over to the back, same carbon fiber pattern on another piece that they build in-house, which is their single piece stock. Even it's carbon fiber on the back, and it's super rigid. There's no padding on the back right here, and I thought that would have been an issue, but it's honestly really comfortable. It took me a while to get used to it just because I'm used to having an adjustable stock. This isn't adjustable, but I got used to it pretty quick, and honestly, I fell in love with it just because it really helps it become way lighter weights. And then finally, the last carbon fiber piece on here is their grip, which is also made in-house. Once again, super rigid, really comfortable, and I have zero complaints about this, other than this is a slightly different carbon fiber pattern than the back and the front, but I mean, we're splitting hairs at that point. And whenever I'm talking about lightweight, the rifle itself weighs 5 pounds and 5 ounces. Whenever you're comparing that to a normal AR-15, you're looking probably between 6.5 to 8 pounds. So that does make a big difference. And then I weighed out this rifle, how it sits with the thermal, and which, by the way, the thermal is a AGM Rattler V3 5640. I love this thermal. I actually have hunted with this setup, and I have posted a video about it. So if you look back on my channel, you'll probably be able to find it, and I was tearing the pigs up. And then with this super heavy can, this gun comes out to about 8.3 pounds. Whenever you compare that to, I have just a standard AR-15 with the exact same suppressor and a way lighter LPVO. This comes out to about 9.4 pounds. So over a pound difference, and we're not even comparing apples to apples because that LPVO is way lighter than that thermal. Now, the receiver set is something else that they build in-house, and they do an amazing job at it. This is a billet aluminum receiver set, and the tolerances on this thing are so tight that I haven't even tried to take it apart because I try to move the pins with my bare hands and I can't. I think I literally need a punch set to take this thing apart. So super tight tolerances on this thing, doesn't wiggle at all. Absolutely no play. The lower parts kit is ambidextrous. So on the right side, we have a bolt catch, which isn't common because usually it's on the left side. So that's pretty neat to have. And then you have this really enlarged mag release on the right side. On the left side, there is one too. And the safety is ambidextrous. Safety's fine. I wish they kind of went the extra mile and just dropped in a Radian safety, because on top they have a Radian LT or Radian Raptor LT charging handle. I kind of wish they had a Radian safety, or like a 45-degree safety, some sort of 45-degree safety, but this one is just fine. It would be pretty easy to replace it if you really wanted to. Now the trigger right here is some of the best of the best. This is a Geisley 2-stage trigger. You got the first stage, take up to the wall, and then second stage, super crisp. I think it's 2.5 pounds. And then the reset, super crisp and tactile. And then back into it. Love that trigger. Personally, I'm more of a flat face guy. This is a round trigger, but like I said, if you go into their custom series, you can ask them to throw whatever trigger that you want in that they have, and they have a lot of triggers that they can throw in there. If you want this flat face, or they used to throw in AR golds on their triggers or on their guns, they still have the option to put in an AR gold, and I absolutely love AR gold. Finally, we have a nickel boron bolt carrier, which is awesome. I love nickel boron carriers, and I don't know why I don't own more, because this is so much easier to clean, so much easier to maintain. Carbon just wipes off on this thing, and it's way more lubricated, or kind of just naturally lubricated. Finally, on the back, you have standard already staked castle nut, so that's always a good benefit. And on the back, you have I don't know if you can see that, QD sling point. So that is always a good benefit to have in case you want to run it with a sling, either 1 point or have a second point up front to make a 2-point sling. All right, we're back on the range to do some shooting. If you haven't already, like the video, hype it if you can if you're on a phone, subscribe to the channel, check out Crown Precision on YouTube and Instagram. And if you're looking to buy your own land to either, make your own gun range on it, or hunt on it, build a home, homestead, I don't know, maybe a family compound, I'm actually a realtor in the state of Texas, and I can help you out in the DFW Northeast Texas area. So I'll have my information down in the description. Make sure to give me a call or a text or an email, and I will make sure to take care of you, and we will find the right place for you in Texas. So I've been trying out a lot of different loads. My go-to has been the 62 grain solid copper hollow point from Double Tap. I have a discount code in my campsite page. Make sure to check them out. I actually have a full video about these because I love these so much. These absolutely slay pigs. If you look at my video where I actually killed a bunch of pigs with this thing, I actually used some Fort Scott 70 grain. This is actually 300 blackout. I forgot my 70 grain box of 223, but they make a 223 tumble upon impact 70 grain, and it was tearing those picks up. Make sure to check that out. Tried some 62 grain green tips just to sight in with these and then transition over to my 62 grain double taps to save money. Groups these extremely well. And then Double Tap told me they wanted me to try some of their 55 grain solid copper hollow points. We're going to see how well these compare to the 62 grains. They say, you know, they do just as well on pigs. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's not if it's 55 grain or 62 grain, but if it's copper or not. So I've been a big fan of copper. We'll see how well this stuff groups real quick. Love how low recoil this is. Let me know down into the comments if you wear ears whenever you shoot suppressed. Whenever I'm hunting, I am never wearing ears on the range. I wear it here and there if I'm shooting a lot, but 3 rounds just like that, I mean, it's not ringing my ears at all. Let me know what you guys think. Whenever Double Tap sent over that 55 grain ammo, they told me it was going to hit exactly the same as that 62 grainer at 100 yards, and they were exactly 100% correct. I have a piece of gum wrapper right here that I had stapled on here, but I guess I shot it off. I got 2 shots in the same hole and then 1 shot right here, so I cannot complain about that right there. I am beyond impressed with how accurate this rifle is and how light it is. This thing is a little baseball bat. And on that Fano tripod, I'm a big Fat Boy guy. I love my Fat Boy tripod, but I wanted to test out that Fano, see if a cheaper tripod works well. And I've been impressed with it so far. So make sure to check out that video. Check out AGM Thermals, love mine. And then Crown Precision, if you ever want to reach out to them, Cassie and Grayson are some of the nicest people ever. They will take care of you. Once again, make sure to like, subscribe, check out my previous videos, hit that notification bell to know whenever I upload my newest video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.